I guess Blake Lively's concrete evidence isn't as concrete as she hyped. Meanwhile, the only evidence we're actually getting is stuff that's exposing Blake Lively. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. Been a lot of big updates this morning, including this. Blake Lively is challenging Justin Baldoni's receipts by bringing in AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, etc. This is all part of Discovery, but I just find this ironic and ridiculous given that Blake Lively is the one who introduced these text messages by questionably taking Justin Baldoni's publicist's phone. So she has the full exchanges. Justin then provided the full context of those exchanges, and now she's trying to claim, oh, well, we need the receipts to verify this and prove that he's smearing. You need to prove he's smearing. I thought you already did. I thought you had concrete evidence. This isn't a he said, she said. We are confident and we know. So she filed a lawsuit before actually having clear evidence, and we're supposed to just continue to believe her. Meanwhile, Justin's dropped plenty of stuff, more than he should have had to prove she's full of it. And now her response is, we demand all the cell phone records. I hope we get yours too. I hope we get yours too. And we're going to talk more about this during our live. I'm hoping to bring in a lawyer or two to break down what this means, what's actually going to happen, what can they legally get, et cetera, et cetera. What I really want to focus this morning, though, on is this nugget, which is starting to pop up all over. Yet another old interview of Blake's is now resurfacing, and it's biting her in the butt. This comes from a Glamour interview where she admits to poisoning the whole cast against co-star Penn Badgley. Now, this begged me to look into Penn Badgley, her history with Penn Badgley, and there's so much to uncover. Some of it sort of had it over the summer, but now in the context of everything we know and what I think she did with the cast of It Ends With Us, which was poison them against Justin, just like that Forbes thing proved, she lies to the director and then takes over. It looks like she also has a history of poisoning the cast to get her way. This woman really is like a black widow if you let her enter your set. Let's go through what she actually said here. At first, I was so upset that they hired Penn for Gossip Girl, I actually poisoned the whole cast against him. Oh, how sweet of you. How nice to hear. Now, this article is actually very telling. I was able to find it through a People magazine article through the Reddit thread, and it's from this Glamour issue. But before we even get to the full quote, I want to focus on this. Blake Lively doesn't have the willpower to diet. This is also incredibly telling. She reveals that I panic before I have to wear a really skimpy outfit, but I don't have enough willpower. I had to do a scene in a bra and shorts for the first time in 2 years. On the day of the shoot, I ate a pork burrito, chips, and a Coke. Afterwards, I thought, I probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever. So maybe she doesn't eat right, but at least she exercises, right? Wrong. I've never worked out, but I know you feel better when you do. So I am planning on getting a trainer. So this girl who, remember texting Justin about, this is my job, how important it is. This girl clearly wasn't gonna ever get in shape. She's just eating burritos. She has just never had to do an ounce of anything in her life. Most attractive people who are in shape and like they have to keep their body in check. Apparently Blake Lively didn't even have to do that. She just had a good metabolism, I guess. Man, I really dislike this person. Anyway, let's get to the next quote. So she's now refuting the reports of discord on set of Gossip Girl, which, yeah, right, give me a break. They clearly didn't like each other. There's so many rumors and things that have come out on the history of Gossip Girl. But no, we get along. We hang out after filming. We actually look forward to spending time together outside of work. And if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you that goes nowhere. That includes her real life leading man, Penn Badgley. Although she admits she was unhappy when he was cast in the series, at first I was so upset that they hired him, she says. I actually poisoned the whole cast against him, but then they noticed that he wasn't a jerk and was actually a really nice, charming person. Almost immediately, I realized that too. But it took me about a week to admit it. What a terrible person she is. More and more just coming forward. But no, she's perfect. She's a crown straightener. Yeah, okay. It gets crazier. It gets worse. So here she is admitting to all that as we just read through. But what's interesting as we look into all this, Penn is now friends with Justin Baldoni. They share a bromance. Well, why? Well, they're on the same board of a charity, and they're also part of the same faith, as you can see here. And as I looked around, there was a photo that now has been removed, but I did my sleuthing myself, and here was the photo. I removed this person because I think she made her profile private, and I want to include her in the narrative if she doesn't want to be. But she was like, I was just walking out at dinner, and found that Penn and Justin were there. And this is from November 2nd, 2021. So they've been friendly for a while. Justin retweeted this on November 3rd. Penn looks like we were spotted by Gossip Girl. Yeah, look, they clearly have associated. They've been friends. They've taken pictures together. And sure enough, look at this. Penn Badgley. Let's go look. Is he following Justin? Justin Baldoni. There he is. Now, is Penn following Blake, his ex-girlfriend? Nope. He's not. Interesting. Let's go down that rabbit hole a bit, shall we? Let's go down the rabbit hole of Penn Badgley and Blake Lively. First, just to establish, Justin and Penn clearly have had a relationship. This is from 2 years ago. He was on I guess it was a Pod Crushed clip. This is from Penn's podcast Justin was on. There's a part where Justin's talking about his love for his wife, but there's a very telling moment here from Penn.
That as a man, you should play it cool and not show,
of course,
keep it all inside, not show too much. You don't want to be overwhelming.
Earlier when you said that I'm very calm, that's all I'm doing.
That's all you're doing?
That's all I'm doing I've just learned to play it extremely cool. Don't let any feeling out.
Don't let any feeling out.
Go on.
You're very good at it. You're very good at it. There's a whole world happening inside is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they clearly go back. They clearly are friendly. And Penn explaining how he keeps it all inside. And that would make sense given that Penn hasn't said much about Blake. Doesn't seem like the type of dude who goes out and speaks at a turn or complains about his exes or really anybody to that matter. He seems like a good guy. And now in a separate relationship, healthy relationship. Blake, though, has not always been very nice at people bringing this up and their relationship. I wanted to pull out this nugget from New York Magazine. We talk about career, people I looked up to very serious character roles. This is Blake telling New York Magazine. Makeup room mirror. Currently, she signed up for a Rebecca Miller directed ensemble with Robin Wright Penn. It's really incredible cast. Plus, she has a kissing scene with Alan Arkin. He's a little bit of an upgrade from Chase and Penn, she says. So I'm looking forward to that. First of all, before we continue to quote, Alan Arkin's 89 years old. It's like a 52-year-old age difference that these two were in this movie. So, I mean, I guess she was probably joking, but I also don't think she was. And so this is a little bit of an upgrade to kiss my boyfriend, Penn. Even the author's like harsh, considering that Penn is supposed to be her real-life boyfriend, but Blake doesn't want to talk about that. I thought this was New York Magazine, she says to us cheerfully as we withered under the glare of her ultra-bright smile. Caps? Definitely. I thought you were supposed to be classy. New York. Guess the question about the nose job is off the table. So you can even tell this reporter doesn't like her. It's just, and the attitude is dripping from her, even since the days of Gossip Girl. But apparently, kissing the 52-year-old older man, Alan Arkin, who is a legendary actor, that's a step above Penn Badgley. I'm sure Penn loved hearing that. Here's another one I want to point out, just a little, as we were doing just a little bit of this digging. And if you guys have more, so many sleuths out there have been sending us tips and they're doing it on your own platforms. We love it. Keep it going. Send it over to us if you have more gossip. Because there are rumors, and I don't want to get there yet. There are rumors that, yes, she dumped Penn Badgley right around the same time she met either Ryan Reynolds or a fling with Leonardo, who she then dumped because she didn't get into the Great Gatsby. That's the theory. She tends to have this history of being with the co-star to get the big part, and then, Ryan Reynolds sort of stopped that, I guess. But it could, if that's true and Ryan knows that, it could explain why he might have been a little bit jealous. Now I'm starting to see it. But there are a lot of rumors that Leonardo and Blake had a thing for a little bit, and then Blake didn't get Great Gatsby, which then set her off. But it sounds believable to me, but I can't confirm that as total rumor. But I want to end on this one because this to me was very telling as well. She decided to play a prank on Penn, a very serious prank where she basically got her publicist involved and then got Penn's mother involved. Now, some of you might find this funny. I guess one could. I could see this funny. It's a lot of work, but he then explains how Penn explains in this interview a little bit that he had gotten these like tip-offs from his publicist and then an article that Steven Tyler thinks he's Penn's father. And Penn didn't really take it seriously, but then Blake's like, well, you should call your mom and ask. And so he does.
And my mom is so not an actress, so not a prankster either. And she's upset. And I'm like, Mom, why are you upset? Like, what? And then she takes a pause that is like, you know, the pause that sold me.
Yeah.
And she goes, why do you think we moved out of Maryland?
Oh my God.
And I'm telling you, for something like 5 to 7 seconds, which is a long time.
Yeah.
For something like 5 to 7 seconds, I was speechless and my world was rearranging. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? Like, I am Steven Tyler's
entitled to some
son?
kind of fortune?
However,
Blake then laughed and gave up the joke.
And so I think I
up.
you know, she was a prankster, Blake.
Yeah.
And so I think I looked at her and she probably at that point couldn't keep a straight face.
Oh my God.
Fucking April Fools. And then she just, you know, I feel like there might have been one other person there. I don't know who it would have been, but I hear people kind of like laughing and clapping and I guess my mom too. And I was, and you know,
so funny.
I was impressed. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
you really put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
To lie, to trick me, and to make my whole head go into a completely depressing worldview for 5-7 seconds. I mean, you're either the type who finds that funny and applauds, good job, girl, or with everything we're seeing, it all adds up to go, yikes. She's really can turn that screw if she wants to. Calculating, manipulative, right? And mean. There's just a lot of it there, and it's all adding up. I end you with this TikTok. Kudos to this TikToker. This is a good laugh.
Badgley, this is who
Shout out to
was dating when she
Shailene
met Ryan
Johnson.
Reynolds, allegedly. And you know, it said we all have a type. I am not one to start rumors. I am not one to spend hours searching for photos to figure out if in fact there is I'm not one of those people, or am I? I don't know. You tell me. Is there a resemblance?
Oh, I think Blake has a type. I definitely think she has a type. What do you guys think? Are you surprised by all this? And what do you think of Blake's latest comment? Are you surprised that she's now caught again poisoning casts against people that she doesn't like? Sounds like what could have happened to Justin. Also, don't miss our live today. We'll be live. I'm going to try to go live a little earlier, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all alerts and stay tuned. That's the bell right there. Hit it. Make sure you hit it. And smash the like when you get those alerts and leave a comment, because we have a lot to break down on this update. I want to talk about this and so much more. So I hope you'll catch our live today here on Popcorn Planet.